What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I'm so excited to react to the Survivor 50 cast with all of you. If you're just joining in, my name is Andrew Yalo, and we're gonna find out who's on Survivor 50 today, and it's a very exciting day. Why do I hear myself? Okay, here we go. So, for those of you that are really tapped into the Survivor fandom, you'll know that the cast has kind of already been leaked a little bit, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about like who's allegedly supposed to be on, and we're most likely going to see that come true. So let's hold on. Sorry, I just heard myself so many times. There we go. So I'm going to put on the screen right now who we believe is supposed to be on Survivor 50, and you're going to hear from here. You're going to hear from me first, guys. Just kidding. This has been out there for a few days now. I'm just going to quickly grab the photo. All right, guys, this is it. Again, this is not official yet. I have the CBS morning stream pulled up. Nothing's come out yet. I'm waiting for 8:30. That's when Jeff Probst is going to come out, and Jeff is going to make his big announcement on the show. So if we look at here, right here, we have some names here. This is incredible. Christian from David vs. Goliath is not playing. He is on the alleged list, so that's interesting. What's up, Tim? Welcome to the stream. I gotta fix that little thing here. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm happy you are here. I'm hoping the stream looks good. I hope we're all tapped in and ready to go for this. I've been a Survivor fan since 19 and watched the show ever since. I am excited to see who's coming back for 50. I'm very excited as well. As you can see on the screen right now, to my left, but it's to your right of the screen, we have the alleged cast of Survivor 50. And we're gonna go through them in a bit. I think we're gonna wait until like they actually announce it. Let me check the CBS mornings. Oh, they're just talking about Donald Trump, so I gotta wait a half hour until they're done. If Q not there, we freaking riot. Well, yeah, I mean Q's supposed to be on it. Now, I did notice something that from looking at the list of this alleged cast, this is 24 people, right? And if you're a Survivor fan, but you're just like kind of a casual fan, you're probably confused as to who Savannah and Rizzo is, right? Now, these two people were on Survivor 49, and that season hasn't even come out yet. Yes, sir. Waiting for 8:30. Can't believe I was up at 7, dude. Same. I don't ever get up this early. I'm maybe Survivor is telling me I need to fix my sleep schedule. Maybe that's what's happening here. I got coffee here. Like, this is so unlike me. What's happening? There's a lot of what the fuck picks. Okay. I'm gonna assume you're thinking of like Aubrey, because like I feel like Aubrey's kind of like the biggest what the fuck pick, because in my opinion, I don't know what happened, dude. Like I wish I was behind the scenes, like there to see what happened. Coach said at the reunion of South Pacific that he's not gonna be playing Survivor anymore. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. I will pull up on the screen right now because I did want to just share this. Let's pull up the actual stream here. So this is what we're gonna be watching it on, because I don't want to get like copyright on the channel. So I'll bring it out here for a second. Let me unflip this. Okay. So as you can see, like the Survivor Instagram page has been posting all of these seasons here. Pretty interesting. They've been posting all these seasons that these players are from. And if you've just saw this list, then you know that like everybody from this list is from these seasons. So they kind of just like soft confirmed that like, yeah, this list is pretty legit. We're just gonna wait for the CBS morning stream. I'm not gonna put that up yet. We're gonna keep talking about the people that are on this list right here. Andrew Yalo awake before 10 a.m. is an anomaly. That is very true. This is not normal for me. This is not normal for me whatsoever, and I'm glad that we're here. I'm very glad that we're here, guys, because like I love getting an early start to my mornings, and like, you know, dude, that's what I'm saying, Tim. Like, we don't need 3 season 48 players. Like, I know Jeff is really high on 48, but like this list, I mean, like, no, we could have. I personally would have liked some other new era picks. I don't need, and I love Camilla, I love Kyle, I love Joe. Like, I think they were great. I think, you know what? I think Kyle's probably the best pick out of the 48 people. I think bringing Kyle back makes sense. I think if you're gonna bring D back, I think Kyle makes sense. They need to spread the love with the eras. Yeah. So what I wanted to, yeah. So did you notice the other Easter eggs in the Instagram post? Yeah, we'll get to that in a second too. But I want to go back to Edgar's comment. They need to spread the love with the. Oh, I can't see that. With the eras. Yeah. So as you can see, there's 2 rows of women. We have 6 old era, which is we'll call it pre-new era. We have 6 pre-new era women, 6 pre-new era men, and then we have the exact opposite. We have 6 new era women and 6 new era men. Now, we all know Survivor loves to do casts of 18, and they love to divide them up into tribes of 6. Oh, and hold on. This is crazy. We have something going on here. Let's...
Jeff Probst. Plus, pop star Lizzie McAlpine tells Anthony Mason...
Oh, okay. That was just a little... I think he's just going to just take the names out of the urn. I think that's just what's happening here. So we'll come back to that in a second. I have the CBS morning stream on my left, so I'm making sure we tap into that as much as we can. Philip rumors on Redmond's Discord was too funny. Yeah, I agree. I was in Redmond's Discord for a little bit. I like my subscription ran out, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't really like need to be in here. Like, we have, like, I'm gonna find out eventually. But yeah, there was a night where Philip gifts were being sent and being spammed in that Discord. I thought that was really funny, and I was a part of it. I will say I was definitely a part of that. But yeah, let me get back to my point. So yeah, the tribe divisions could easily be 4 tribes of 6. And that would be pretty interesting. And I think, and I believe, if there's 24 people on this cast, that's the most people that's ever been on a Survivor season. So they're really going all out. Now, if it really is 24 people, and they're going all out like this, and they're sticking to 26 days, like, how is that going to work? Rick paying for, I don't know what that, wait, after I had token, yeah, sure. Aubrey and Stephanie are not a bad pick. We could have had Amanda, Abby, or Sydney or Natalie. But yeah, so I agree. I think out of that list, I think Amanda and Sydney would have been like really great picks. I think Sydney, after just rewatching Ko Wrong like a few months ago, or maybe, sorry, that was like last year. Guys, life is going by so quick. After recently rewatching Ko Wrong, thank you B&V for subscribing. Thank you so much. I didn't know I had those set up, but there you go. But yeah, after rewatching Ko Wrong, I think Sydney would have been an excellent returnee. And I believe that she was in the running. Scott says D should not be playing again, especially after what she did after the show. I'm assuming you're talking about... I think I know what you're talking about, and I don't think that has any relevance to like... I don't think that really matters. But yeah, let's see. 3 tribes of 8 or 2 tribes of 12. See, I'm leaning more towards either 2 or 4 in my opinion. I don't think they're going with 3 tribes. I mean, they could, but if they go for the 3 tribe route, it's gonna be a random mix of people. But if they do 4 tribes, it's gonna be like a Survivor Panama tribe division, where it literally would be this like Survivor Panama. It's exactly, or Exile Island, whatever you want to call that season. It's exactly like that tribe division. If we do 2 tribes, then it's quite literally just old versus new school, and that's that. Tim says this cast feels like a mix between Second Chances and Legends. Yeah, so yeah, I want to say Legends, right? It's not like this cast isn't that bad. If this alleged cast is true and this is what we get, like, it very much could be like, I feel like you put all these people together and you're getting a good season. I mean, look at the caliber of some of these people. Like you have Coach coming back, you have Emily coming back, you have a winner like D coming back, which is, I mean, like she's got a huge reputation to uphold as being, flaunted around as being one of the best new era winners. You have somebody like Stephanie. You have someone like Suri on this cast. You have Chrissy making a return. Angelina. There's a lot of big names on this cast. Like, yes, it's unfortunate that a lot of like your favorites and a lot of other people's favorites have been cut from the process. And like, I know a lot of people are upset that Jerry didn't make it on and Amanda didn't make it on. But it's like, at some point, you can't get everybody. You can't make everyone happy. Watching from the Philippines, I'm looking if there's a live streaming of CBS Mornings, but there's none. Thank you for live streaming. Yes, I'm going to be live streaming it. I'm going to be intermittent. Like I don't know how long this segment's going to be, but I will have it on the screen. So again, like I don't want YouTube to like or CBS to like knock this stream down, and I really hope that doesn't happen. So we're going to be very, very cautious and very, very fair use. So if anything, I may talk over it. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. But yeah, I'm going to try to get it on here for you guys so you guys can check it out. If you get Coach from season 18 and 20, this will be a top tier season. I mean, yeah, it seems like we are. It seems like we are. If this rumored cast is true, which I believe it is, we should be getting it. I also think it's really funny. I think it's really funny that we got Ozzy and Coach back together on a season because they were like coaches on South Pacific together. Shan, Omar, Genevieve, Venus, Caleb, Marianne should have been on 50. Well, Genevieve is supposedly on 50, so I think you got your pick there. But yeah, I agree. Like I think people from 41 were robbed. Like I feel like Shannon Ricard could have made that would have been an incredible comeback. I feel like they represent the new era, like Shannon Ricard. Maybe a little bit more like Ricard. I think Ricard coming back would have been great. But I think that like Joe and Kyle probably took his spot. I don't know. Like I don't know how deep Ricardin was, or even if Ricard was in the running, like I don't know. Caleb and Marianne, yeah, I'm surprised. I am surprised that like someone like Marianne didn't make the cast, if I'm gonna be honest. Like you have somebody like, and this is no shade, but you have someone like Tiffany where it's like that was a shock to me. I was really shocked that they picked someone like Tiffany because I feel like Tiffany didn't really get to make much of an impact on 46. Like I feel like out of anybody from 46, it would have been Venus. Like I don't know, but I actually really like Tiffany, so I still am excited, don't get me wrong. Let's see. The only way to have Survivor fans keeping up with the morning news. Yeah, literally. This is quite literally the only way I'm ever going to turn on the news because your boy is not interested in anything that's going on right now. Let's see. Timmy says, no, it's solid. Not hating at all when discussing the miss. Feels like, sorry, it's early, guys. I don't know how to speak. Feels like some players are there to get redemption, others are to celebrate their legacy. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I remember Jeff was saying like, yeah, this is a celebration. This is like Survivor 50 is more of like a celebration, right? So so that's why we have some of these people on this cast. And I know like Genevieve is like a cult favorite. Like I know Genevieve, for me personally, like again, don't get me wrong, Genevieve was fun to watch on 47. I think that like 1/3 of Operation Italy, great move. But like, did I need a Genevieve return? I probably could have waited like 5 seasons if they do another returnee season. Talk about the Easter eggs on the Insta post. Oh yeah, right. We said we're gonna talk about that. So here, let me put the screen back up. So if we look at, I'm not gonna actually click on them, but if you look at some of these Instagram posts, there's like text at the end and it's in different colors. The different colors, according to Mike Bloom, and Mike Bloom obviously is a pretty trusted source because he does like a lot of the press for CBS and Survivor. Mike Bloom was saying that the colors at the end had to do with a tribe color that was from that season. So it's not like any secretive Easter egg. It's not like anything to really look too deep into, but that's what that was about. Sorry, I'm going to try to catch up with these comments because your guys are going so fast. But thank you. Keep chatting. I'm totally loving it. That's why I said season 18 and 20, coach. If it's season 23, coach, that's a whole different story. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Season 23, coach was interesting. Obviously, like, all I'll say is that Survivor took a big risk putting Coach on here, but like I'm excited for it. Like I'm really happy Coach is on this cast because I love Coach. Coach is one of my favorite Survivor players of all time. I think he's a great storyteller, and I think that like he will bring a lot to this cast, and y'all see it. Yeah, that's why I say that's why I don't like South Pacific. Survivor 39 originally planned to be USA versus Canada. Yep, I do remember that. Feels very realistic. Like on every returning season, there's always a few people we don't want / expect. Yeah, I mean, even with like Game Changers. I mean, you look at Survivor Game Changers, and that cast had a whole lot of people that were not Game Changers. I mean, Caleb got medevaced, and he was brought back. That's all I'll say. All right, let's try to breeze through these comments here. A whole shade of Tiffany on Survivor 50. Zero shade if she was on Survivor 40, which should have been a second chance for New Era. Very bad play by CBS, unfortunately. You know what? Maybe they see something in Tiffany that we don't. You know what I mean? Maybe like the edit didn't do Tiffany justice, because like Tiffany was really good. Tiffany gave great confessionals. The way they really put Savannah and Rizzo on the cast, yeah. I don't know how they're gonna announce that. Like, how are they gonna go about announcing that at all? Like, I have no idea how they're gonna go about talking about Savannah and Rizzo. Maybe that they're gonna maybe they're just gonna say we have 2 players from the next season. That you know, they're not gonna like actually say their names, which they'll probably do that. Which now for the next however so many months, those 2 names will just be speculation, and they're not gonna confirm it. Which I think is probably gonna happen today. Camilla should have had her opportunity to play by herself. True, but if the tribes are split up, never mind. Yeah, if they're split up into 4, where it's just like the New Era women versus the Old Era women versus the New Era guys versus the Old Era guys, then maybe she will be able to play by herself. Who knows? Let's see. I overall think this cast is solid, but 3 people from 48 is excessive. Yeah, we talked about that. I agree. I totally agree. I think 48 is overloved by production. I think that season wasn't that great. I mean, it was fun. Great ending. Like, great result to 48. Like, I don't think anyone was upset with the end result of 48. I think everyone was very pleased with it. Let's see. Conferred by Redmond. Okay, so there you go. The 49 names will be concealed during the CBS Mornings reveal. So I guess that's confirmation right there. I believe Redmond. Redmond's been pretty spot on with everything so far. Am I crazy for loving this cast? No, because honestly, I like it. Like, I think it's gonna get hate. I think like people may hate like Rick Devens for being able to come back. I don't know. I mean, it's not like he wasn't eligible, but like I think people are just kind of like. I feel like Rick Devens is like the Ben Dreberg pick for this cast, if that makes sense. They have very similar games. I feel like their fate could end up in the same in the same way, as long as like there's not too many crazy advantages played. I'm actually really excited to see like the results, the voting results. I don't even know if they're going to talk about it on CBS Mornings about like what's going to happen. I mean, I doubt it. I think they're going to wait for that. But it'd be really cool to see like what ended up winning from what we voted. And personally, I have a suspicion that the LA Live reunion won the vote, and I don't believe that they revealed the 49 vote in Fiji. I feel like they probably didn't reveal it in Fiji. Let's see. Okay, interesting take. Honestly, this cast would have been amazing if they had just put Rob C instead of Ozzy, Amanda instead of Aubrey, and Earl instead of Kyle, so that there's one New Era winner and one Old Era winner. That's actually not a terrible take. In my opinion, here's my opinion. I don't think that, like, casuals would remember Earl. And I know that's, like, insane for me to, like, say, but I just feel like they wouldn't remember Earl. I think Kyle being, like, such a fresh winner on everyone's minds, like, they're gonna remember Kyle. And, like, you got to remember, like, casuals are not that tapped into Survivor like we are. And I think that all the, like, pre-New Era people that they chose were, like, everyone's going to remember all of those people. Like, there's not one person with the exception of maybe, like, Aubrey and maybe Stephanie that they'll forget. Because, like, everyone that's watching 50 has watched Borneo for sure. So they'll remember Jenna. So that's not really an insane one. I'd have loved to see Owen from 43. Yeah. Let me see. I want to go back to this, though. Rob C. So yeah, I think I saw someone on the internet say that Rob was supposed to be on, and then got cut. Like he did get cut. Interesting. I mean, like Rob does kind of represent Survivor as a whole when you think of it. Like if you're gonna represent, like if you're gonna put people on that represent Survivor and what it means for like the fan base of Survivor, like I think Rob definitely represents a majority of it. I think he brought a lot of people into the community for sure. Yeah, he's keeping a lot of it going by doing his podcast and his shows. I mean, you gotta give credit where credit's due, obviously. So him not being on 50 is interesting, but I think there's I don't know. I feel like Ozzy is definitely just like a bigger name though. Let's see. All right, I'm doing bad with keeping up with the chat. I'm trying to read everything. I quite like Rick, and I don't mind him back. Sure. Christian pulling the Doc look from Back to the Future. Yeah, dude. I totally agree. I think that I personally think we're gonna get like Christian ×2 this time. Like I feel like the Christian that we're gonna get this time is going to be like, it's going to be way more than it was on Survivor 37. Like I feel like we're about to see Christian to a whole new level, and I'm really here for it. I'm sat. I'm sat. I'm ready for it. All right, we got 10 more minutes until the official reveal. I'll switch over to the CBS feed in a second. Dee and Kyle better hope they don't cross paths with Jenna Lewis. Yeah, dude. Jenna Lewis I'm excited to see what Jenna Lewis does on a season with Idols. I think she's the only person on this cast that hasn't been on a season with Idols. I think, right? Isn't that? Yeah, that's not fake news. Yeah, Jenna's the only one that hasn't been on a season with like any sort of advantage. That's crazy. It's so funny looking back at all the Survivor 50 cast predictions, seeing how far off everyone was. Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting 24 people. I certainly wasn't. I said I was expecting 21. I thought they were gonna go the route of like going 3 tribes of 7. There's a possibility of them doing 3 tribes of 8. So that's pretty cool. I really enjoyed watching Christian on 37. Glad to see he's most likely returning. Yeah, me too. I mean, I think everyone should be really hyped for this Christian return. They'll know Stephanie from the Traders. Yeah, so if they caught up, if casuals are, fans of the Traders, they definitely remember Stephanie because she's fresh on the mind from there. And of course, Suri being on like 4 different shows from the past like 2 years. Rob C said he got cut in the same round that Jesse and Carolyn did. Interesting. Okay, that was very early on. So surprised they cut him that early. It would be weird for a new era Survivor season to have 24 people when it is now 26 days instead of 39 days. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think in order to compensate for 26 days, there's going to have to be a major format change. Would have been nice if there could have been a fan vote for us. I agree. See, when Jeff initially posted the announcement that 50 was going to be returnees, I believed that that's what it meant, and that we would be voting people in. And I was really excited because it was crazy because I had just finished doing a rewatch of Cambodia that week that he announced that. So I was really hyped for that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's such a coincidence that I had just finished watching Cambodia and Jeff comes out and announces that it's going to be a returnee season. I was like, I couldn't believe that we were getting a returnee season to begin with. It had been so long since we had a full returnee cast of non-winners. Basically saying you exclude Survivor 40. I mean, we haven't had a returnee season like this in almost 10 years. So pretty crazy. 24 people with 26 days is off the wall. I agree. I'm excited to see how this is going to work. What does Jeff mean when he says he wants joyful players? I believe he doesn't want disgruntled players like Russell Hantz. I think that's what that means. I think all the people that are here, I think they played in good faith. I think that's what that means. I think that people here on this list, they respect the game. I can't say this. I don't know what Savannah and Rizzo are. Like, I don't know how no one knows how they played. But I could assume that everybody here played the game with like they're good sports. We'll leave it at that. I don't think they're gonna bring back people that had a bad taste in their mouth after leaving the show, especially leaving production with a bad taste in their mouth. Other than I think Ozzy though, I am surprised Ozzy's coming back with that in mind. Steph and Suri being on the same season of the Traders is something that completely slipped my mind. Yeah, they were on the they were on the same season of the Traders, so there's a connection there. I I don't think anybody else from this season played traders or on this cast. Yeah, so I mean that's the only two. Surprising that they cast Carolyn. I mean they cut Carolyn for going on traders after but then they put Stephanie and Sari on. And I know Jeff was like, yeah, they can do whatever they want, but it's like it's a little bit of a contradiction. Sorry. But yeah, interesting. It would be interesting to see old era players adapting to new era format. Yeah, we only taste that we got to see with that was Survivor 40. That's basically it's the only real season, maybe Game Changers, where you could see old era players adapting to new era format. And that was really, really interesting. Fan vote would have brought back those nasty villains they're trying to move away from. Yeah, I agree. We talked about this, Harrison. Welcome to the stream, Harrison. I didn't mean to skip your comment. I could see them doing 4 tribes of 6 and having 2 losers of each round. That could be a thing. That could be it. This also deconfirms that the rumor that Aubrey will be on Trader season 4 since they film around the same time. Oh right, was she confirmed for that or was she rumored? I didn't hear that, but that's interesting. Sorry, I'm like really keeping an eye on the CBS stream because we're almost there. Let's see. I think if you cast people from the same season, they have to be compelling. You have to have compelling dynamics. Q and Tiffany working together, but if it was Q and Venus, that would have been. Yeah. Like again, I think Tiffany is one of the people that I'm really confused about. Like when I saw that, like I wasn't quick to believe that Tiffany was on this or that this list was real when I saw that because I was really confused about the Tiffany pick. Like I feel like Venus would have been great. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, this cast hits major beats. I wanted to with Christian, Rick, Coach. Yeah. 3 people from 48 does hurt. I think it's unfair. I think that's the most from any season. You have 4 people from Heroes vs. Villains. So I mean, that kind of does trump that, if that makes sense. So, you know what I mean? I think that Stephanie, Sari, Colby. Oh, wait, no, was Ozzy on? No, Ozzy wasn't on Heroes vs. Villains. Yeah, so, yeah, you have 4 people. You have Colby, Coach, Stephanie, and Sari, all from Heroes vs. Villains. Coach and Aubrey just got off Trader season 4. Is that a thing? Can anyone confirm with me that is true? Did they finish filming season 4 of Traders? Like I haven't been keeping up with any Traders rumors, if I'm gonna be so honest. Yeah, Tony was just on. I don't think that there will be Edge of Extinction. I don't think so either, but I wouldn't be like, okay, and this is my hot take, guys. This is a very big hot take for me. I don't hate Redemption Island and I don't hate like comeback challenges. But with a cast of 24, I think that completely, like, there's not going to be a comeback challenge for sure. I don't know how they would do it. Unless they do something like Blood versus Water, you know, where it's like someone gets eliminated, like, or like 2 people get eliminated day 1, and they have to, and then those people are kind of like in a limbo, and they have to do like a battle back of some sort. So I can see that maybe happening. I'm going to go back up a little bit. Prediction first name pulled out will be Banu. Yes, Banu. Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, it's not really out of the realm of possibility, guys. I mean, who really knows what Banu's been up to? Who really knows? I don't know. I really don't know if anybody knows what Banu's been up to. All right, we got 2 more minutes. I'm going to switch over to the CBS stream right now.
He's going to reveal the cast for the hit show's 50th.
I'm so excited, guys. Very excited. Okay, I'm actually not going to show it because they're going to show commercials, and I'm not sponsored by any of these people, so I don't care. So we're going to keep reading chat. And I'm going to keep this up, I guess. Okay. How Tiffany over Andy? Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that. Joker saying, why Tiffany over Andy, Jesse, Cody, Carson, and Austin? Okay, I can give you an answer about Austin. I believe Austin was cut or wasn't even considered because there's a little bit of a conflict of interest because he's dating Jeff Probst's niece, right? That's Jeff Probst's niece, I believe. Yeah. Conflict of interest there. No shade at all. Austin's cool. Like, Austin's a cool guy. Love him. Carson. I can see why they didn't invite Carson back. I don't think Carson's really on CBS's good books right now. Like I don't think he's on anybody's good books right now, and that's kind of sad because you know, like when you have a mob mentality against one person, it's kind of like sad, you know. So it's upsetting. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, Heroes vs. Villains is like the best season of the show. I can't say the same for 48. Yeah, they're making it seem like 48 is the best season of the show, but yeah. But yeah, back to this. Sorry, my mind jumps all over the place. Tiffany over Andy. Andy, I think, was recently cut, so Andy was in contention. I don't see what happened. I'm assuming he was cut for somebody like Joe, if I had to guess. And then Jesse and Cody. I couldn't even tell you. I'm assuming it has to be it has to be because of season 48 people. I think that's what it is. And even 49. Like, I think probably before season 49, they may have not even considered anybody from 49. And then 49 happened, and I think a lot changed. This is true, but I think Mike White, they don't care. I don't think they care. Like, Mike White was a writer. Yeah, I don't know if he wrote anything for CBS. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Sorry, we're gonna. Let's just check it out.
Special edition of Talk of the Table. First on CBS.
All right. I have it flipped and I increased the brightness so that I can't get copyrighted. We're gonna talk over it too.
So it's going to feature iconic players from throughout the series history, going all the way back to season 1, which premiered in May 2000. Here is the longtime Survivor host.
Oh, here we go. Jeff is about to come out.
I'm excited to announce the players
oh my God.
who will be appearing in Survivor 50.
Oh, I don't have it flipped. Sorry. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Oh my God.
From our very first season,
Jenna, come on.
years ago, one of the original castaways.
Jenna. There we go. Let's go. All right, Jenna's on. Colby, this should be Colby. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
From season 10, the only player to ever be
Stephanie. Let's go. Yeah, it seems like this one's correct. Suri. Let's go. This music's kind of hype. I love the music too. Ozzy.
Also returning for a 5th time. Ozzy.
It's interesting to see how he introduces them too, because it's I don't know.
From season 18, the one, the only, the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, Coach, bro, let's go. Coach is back, guys. Let's go.
32, a master strategist returning for a 4th time.
Aubrey, a master strategist? Come on, what are we talking about, bro? Come on, Jeff. What are we talking about? We gotta talk about that after this. Chrissy, bro. This is it, bro. Let's go. Oh, this is so hype.
From season 37, he's stepping out of the robotics lab and back into the jungle.
Christian. Yes, bro. Oh, this is so hype. Guys. This is so hype. I got chills, bro.
37, she loves
Angelina.
with me and is still waiting on that jacket from Natalie.
Yes.
Angelina.
They mentioned Natalie's jacket, bro. Yes, it was real. Everyone's like, damn, it was real.
In between writing and directing seasons of White Lotus,
Oh my God, Mike White.
is back.
Crazy.
From season 38,
Oh my
Survivor's
gosh.
favorite newscaster,
Rick Devens.
Rick Devens.
Let's go. Guys, this is crazy.
From season 42, one of the most physically intimidating challenge performers we've ever seen,
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. So these are all new era people
Season
now.
45, one
D.
Of the overall most dominating
Oh.
players of the new era, the winner of
D.
45, D.
Was Emily on our list? Yeah.
Also from
Oh,
45,
Emily, here we
she
go.
went from being abrasive to being embraced
Heck
by
yeah.
tribe mates and
Aubrey Glaze is
fans.
insane.
Emily.
Still waiting on the jacket is wild. Yeah. Emily, bro. Emily coming back is so awesome, guys. Come on, let's go.
46, one of the most electric and chaotic players the game has ever seen. He's not a one-name player. He's a one-letter player.
Q. Let's go, bro.
And from 46. At times she played with Q, and at times she wanted to pull her
Tiffany.
hair out because of Q.
Yeah, see, they're trying to go for like a rivalry with Q, the Tiffany thing. Okay, I see where they're going. You guys, someone said it.
46, it was a cruel summer when he lost in the final 3.
Cruel
The question
summer?
is, can he
That's
shake it
crazy.
off before Survivor
Charlie.
50? Charlie.
Yeah, there are 3 people from 46 as well. The same thing with
From
48.
season 47,
My
she
boy Q is
started the
back.
game playing with no emotion, then realized emotion was
And
the
3 from
key to her
47.
game.
37, sorry.
Genevieve.
Genevieve, let's go. I didn't hear what he said there. I was too busy talking.
From 48, she came into the game with a lot of self-doubt.
Oh
and
my
emerged
gosh.
An assassin.
Camilla. Oh yeah, that post did have it wrong on that list.
From 48, he's cunning, athletic, and charming. The winner of 48,
Kyle.
Kyle.
There you go. Oh my god, this is long for
Also
CBS
from
mornings. Holy
48,
shit.
He played one of the most emotional and loyal games of any player ever, while physically dominating in challenges. Joe.
Joe.
Is back. And
That's my zombies partner.
from season 49,
Oh yeah, it's a question mark. Okay.
2 players
2 players. Okay.
from a season you haven't seen that won't premiere until the fall. Those
Okay.
players will remain a mystery for now.
Well, they're not really a mystery because I got him on the screen right here. But okay, Jeffrey, thank you.
In the hands of the fans, premiering in the spring of 2026.
Wow. Wow. Their Survivor text chains are blowing up. People got lots
Yeah,
of
they
thoughts about this.
certainly are. I mean, our
Texas
chat
Taylor
is going
next month to
crazy
film.
right now too.
Jeff Probst, we're happy to say, there he is, Mr. I said.
Let's
best
see what he
there.
says.
You
Let's see what he
win.
says.
Standing by, we're going to talk to him in just a moment. We'll talk to him about the all-star cast.
Oh,
and how
so there's more.
Lotus creator Mike White come on board.
Bro, they're gonna glaze Mike White. I mean, like, as they should, but like, they're just gonna only talk about Mike White. All right, let's turn off the stream now. Okay, so yeah, this is the official cast now. So this is it. Let's talk about it. It's crazy. The 5 players from the last 2 seasons. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Q and Tiff about to be the new era. Philip and Francesca. Sure, maybe. Let's go, Charlie. Yeah, so let's see. Let's talk about it now. So yeah, this is the cast. Now we can say that this is the official cast of Survivor. Also, we have over 200 people watching this stream. This is incredible. If you haven't already subscribed, I am so close to hitting 10,000. So if everybody here is watching the stream, is not subscribed, please subscribe. We are so close to hitting a milestone I've been waiting to hit for so many years. So please hit that subscribe button because we're going to be covering Survivor 49, Survivor 50, and Big Brother 27 this summer if you're a Big Brother fan. So please hit that subscribe button. And yeah, so thank you for that. Yeah, let's talk about the cast now. So I think it's really funny. There's a few things that stood out to me during that. He called Aubrey a strategic mastermind or something like that. Like, what was he saying there about Aubrey? Like, the glaze there was incredible. Like, what was going on? I mean, like, Aubrey's not a great player, in my opinion. I don't think she's that great of a player. But, you know, with all due respect, I don't think she's that great of a player. Someone says, who is your winner pick? My winner pick? If I had to pick, I'm gonna leave out the people from 49. I don't think anyone from 49 will win. I just think it's unlikely. I think it's very unlikely. A winner pick? I can see somebody like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I don't believe this when I say it, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it. I think a pre-New Era person is gonna win the game. I think someone pre-New Era is gonna win the game, and I think it'll be really funny when it happens too. I think that's my winner pick. I would like to see if you guys have winner picks. Does anybody here have a winner pick for the season? I would love to talk about it and maybe go back and forth with you guys about like our thoughts on who we think could win. I can go through each person if you guys really want me to. Wow, there's a lot of chat really just caught up. Holy shit. Holy fuck. All right. I'm gonna go through. Whatever. No point in being disappointed. Was hoping Redmond was in with CBS and was gauging her interest so they could blindside us by adding people. Yeah, I mean, Redmond hasn't really lied recently. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's been pretty honest. Wow. Okay. A lot of people. The chat did pause on my end, so I didn't see anything coming in. I see a Christian win. I would love to see that. I think that it would make so much sense. I think a Colby win would be really funny too, in my opinion. But I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I don't think Colby could win. Q, Camilla, Charlie. I'm seeing a lot of Camillas. Suri, and I have no idea why. Camilla. Christian is still going to be so goated. Yeah, so I'm seeing Christian, Suri. I'm seeing her Q. I feel like Genevieve is going to do really good. I could see that too. She's going to be very, very low key. She was very low key in 47. Sorry, 47. Call Me Crazy, going to lock in Colby as a winner pick. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Old School Alliance activate. Yeah, so I feel like technically it is 12 and 12. Old school versus new school. If you want to call new era new school. Oh, I'm going to put the CBS stream back on. Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
That's milestone season features an iconic lineup of returning players.
I'm going to lower the brightness.
Writer, creator, and director, that would be Mike White. Survivor host Jeff Probst joins us from Los Angeles. Jeff, it's really
he's in Los Angeles.
When
so
you were revealing the list, there were a whole
is he
lot
flying out tomorrow? Like, what's
Kyle,
happening?
I remember Q. I remember fill in the blank Colby. So I'm curious. You had 700 players. You narrowed
Let's
it
check
down
it
to
out.
24. Yeah. How did you decide who got to come back? And I'm really curious about Mike White.
Of course they're curious about Mike White.
For the bigger,
what if Kyle wins again? Crazy.
Like you said, 750 people. Here's what we realized early on, that casting Survivor 50 was kind of like casting the ultimate all-time movie. And you think about all the actors that are alive today that you could put in that movie, but there's only so many roles, and we wanted
Mike White, there you go.
50 to be a little taste of everything. Because, Gail, we've done like heroes versus villains and game changers and fans versus favorites and winners. We wanted to taste every flavor, every type of personality, all the eras. And so we went from 200 on a list to 100 to 80 to 50. And then those last, 26, they were brutal cuts, and they still are. There's so many people.
I hope Jenna goes far. I really hope Jenna goes far.
Can put on the show.
Well, a lot of people know Mike White's name. How did he make the cut?
I mean, do you have to ask? He actually, Mike, after he finished playing, said, "I want to play again," and that was before White Lotus. Yeah. And then White Lotus hit, and I thought, well, he'll never play again. But he kept texting and saying, look, I'm serious. If you ever do anything where you have returning players, I want to play again. So we're happy to have Mike back.
Yeah, I think that, me
I
too.
hope Chrissy wins too. Like, any of these people winning would be so
He's now one
awesome.
of the most powerful guys in Hollywood, and he's had some of the contestants on White Lotus.
Oh, they're actually acknowledging that. That's cool.
And you're like, maybe I want a career in Hollywood.
Oh, they're playing the clip. Holy shit, yeah.
Exactly is what I'm talking about,
Angelina.
Don't think Mike White, who is clever enough to write and direct White.
Bro, we're really here watching the CBS mornings here on the stream. This is crazy.
All right, Jeff, you have seen so many different versions of this show with the contestants, the players.
Everyone knows that. That's true.
Run so deep.
Yeah.
Do bonds work as an advantage or is it a disadvantage?
Nate, what's really always interesting about a returning
Angelina
player,
and Mike were in the
especially
top
now,
3 that
after being
season,
on
wasn't
2.5
right?
decades,
Isn't that?
some of
I
these
have to
people have played
check. I'm
together,
pretty sure they
but
were
a lot
in.
of them are friends because they'll go to a charity event. So, and they get to know each other. So one of the ideas that I think is probably going to play out is we'll maybe be breaking that fourth wall when players start talking about being friends and whether or not that is an asset, as you said, or a liability, and how people view you. So,
wow. I miss Amanda. Yeah, it's like Amanda's like that would have been so awesome to see Amanda again.
You go.
No. But I was just saying, this season it's in the hands of the fans, and people are saying, how much say, Jeff, do fans really have?
A lot. Gail, throughout our last
now they're going to just talk about how the fan
finished
voting works.
last week, fans have been voting on everything.
Which we know how this
something
works.
Like the aesthetic of the color of the buff.
Rice,
all the
no
way
rice,
to should there be idols? Yeah. Rice, supply, it's everything. And they voted, and we have the results. And what's fun is we are now going to go execute on behalf of the fans the game they designed. But the players have
We didn't really pick too much. Let's be honest, guys.
Or whatever. So I'm really curious how they're going to use the lack of information as an asset to say, hey, I know something you don't, or I found a note in the jungle that told me this, because literally anything could happen this season.
Well, listen, we can't wait for season 50.
Yeah.
We'll be enjoying Survivor while we're waiting for Survivor 50. That's for sure. Jeff Probst, thank you so much. We will continue our conversation with Jeff on CBS Mornings Plus on select stations and on our streaming network, CBS News 24/7. We will be right back.
Okay, so they're done with that. Okay, let's pull the cast back up. Let's talk about it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Angelina third, Mike White second. That's interesting. So that's crazy. So it's 37 is 37 that great of a season where the entire top 3 of that season came back and played again. Can anybody name me a season where that's happened before, where the top 3, I'm not talking about final 2 seasons, I'm talking about, can anybody name me a season or any season where an entire final 3 had returned again and played again? And I mean, obviously you can say Micronesia because Parvati and Amanda came back again, but I'm talking about like specifically final 3 seasons. Got to rewatch the seasons now. Yeah, but which is interesting is because not a lot of seasons are needed for rewatches, and I'm so happy to say that I've seen every season. I don't need to rewatch anything, but I will go back and maybe watch like some for fun, maybe some of the New Era seasons, because like I've never really rewatched any of the New Era seasons. Yeah, Kyle and Camilla is gonna have to Natalie and Jeremy the situation in Winners of War. I could see that. The White Lotus David vs Goliath pregame gonna hit different. It will. Like, I think that even just further cements David vs Goliath as a really like legendary season. I mean, you have 3 people returning from that season, 3 people that haven't returned yet from that season. Which, I mean, the only person that's come back from that season is Nick, right? Yeah, because I don't know why that took me so long to think about that. How many journeys? Yeah, hopefully not too many. Hopefully not too many journeys will be taken. I live in Australia, so I have no idea what the votes for besides the first round. Yeah, I mean, there are some Instagram and Twitter pages that were doing some fan polls to see what may have won the fan vote, and to be honest, like, I'm pretty happy with it. Also, would have loved to see Jay from Millennials vs Gen X. Okay, Edgar, I know. All right, I'm gonna be so honest with you, Edgar, because like you're my boy. If you want to see Jay, go watch the challenge. And all I can say is that I think we've seen enough of Jay. I think Jay was great. He was a product of his time when it came to Millennials vs Gen X. But him on the challenge is like I'm so done with Jay. I've seen enough of him. He's just too much. Am I the only person who thinks that maybe the cast should have been in the hands of the fans? People are saying that. I'm fine with them picking it, though. I think I'm okay with it. So many Final 3s are going to be made because of Fire Making gone. Yeah. Trust that the fans would have included at least Malcolm. Yeah, I believe that. I actually am really shocked that Malcolm's not on it. I think that's a name that I was expecting to see, actually. And now that he's not on it, it really makes his exit from Game Changers a lot more like sickening to me in my stomach. Thank you for subscribing. I didn't get to see your name, but thank you for subscribing. 37 is my favorite season, says Edgar. Yeah, a lot of people are on the same boat with you, Edgar. I feel like a lot of, especially nowadays, it's gonna be heavily received well. Wrong. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is answering the question I asked earlier. So this is the question was which season had their final 3s all come back again afterwards. So wrong. That's true. They got Aubrey, Ty. Or was that Aubrey, Ty? Was that Aubrey, Ty, and was it Aubrey? Aubrey, Ty, and oh my God, Michelle. Shit. Heroes vs Villains. Yep. Wrong. Borneo. Well, yeah. Wrong. Yeah, Edgar. So I've been watching Korong with Edgar because Korong's I think Korong's an unsung hero. We'll even say. I think Korong's a fun season. I think it's got a lot of like nasty gameplay, and I think a lot of people would be like too baby for that in a society like nowadays. I feel like people wouldn't really appreciate that in today's society. But I think Korong had some real nasty, messy gameplay, and I loved it. I was here for it. How far do you think Sari will go? It's either gonna be one or two things. Either she's gonna go as far as she went honestly, she's not gonna go that far. Now that I think of it, she's not. There's no way she gets that far, unless unless she does a really good job and just does her thing and she's able to skate by. Listen, like, she was able, I don't even know how the fuck she was able to do this, guys. Like, Suri is a legend, clearly, because she won the Traders. She made it to, like, the final 5 or final 4 of Big Brother 25. Spoiler alert. Sorry if you guys didn't see that season, but don't watch that season. And she's made it to the end in, like, a lot of seasons. I think if we're looking at career average, I think Suri is an incredible career average of gameplay. Like, she's really good. You take heroes versus villains out of the mix, and she's just, I mean, she's a legendary player. I mean, that crown was given to her for a reason. Yeah, the challenges is going to be interesting. So I don't know if they're going to dumb down the challenges because you have it's a much older cast. Like, I just don't know how that's going to work. But I mean, you look at, like, I just recently rewatched Survivor Borneo, and I'm don't ask me why, but I'm rewatching Survivor Thailand. And the challenges on there, and there was a lot of older people on Thailand, and they cooked. So I don't know. So many I love to see, but there are some. Yeah, I agree. Ko Wrong, all season 50 casts already pumped about their cameos in White Lotus. Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of these people, I would love to see Coach in the White Lotus. Who would have thought? That was not on my bingo card for 2025. David vs. Goliath and 48, obviously in the same caliber according to CBS. Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree, but to CBS, sure. I think Emily has a chance. Yeah, I think that there are so many big names. You have, like, a Suri, a Stephanie, a Chrissy, a Colby, an Ozzy, a Coach, a Charlie. You have so many big names. Somebody like Emily, I don't think anyone's thinking of Emily. Bet me and the homies hate Jay. I mean, I'm not telling you to hate Jay, Edgar, but I just think, I think if you were to watch the challenge, you'd totally understand why I think Jay not returning makes so much sense. Michelle, Ty, Aubrielle from Korong will return. Yep. No, Malcolm is criminal. I totally agree. Genevieve, Q, and Coach are going to be amazing on the White Lotus. Same as Colby, put money that he's gonna be on the White Lotus. Yeah, I mean a lot of these people after their Survivor appearance the first time, they definitely went. I mean, I have a whole video on my channel talking about, like, what a lot of people did after appearing on Survivor, and a lot of these people that are on this list definitely were in my video where I talked about their appearances in media after Survivor and how, like, that impacted everything. JT really killed Malcolm off the show. Yeah, I mean, that really sucks. Cash should have been on. She made the RHAP cast. Yeah, I mean, I looked back and I looked at the RHAP cast that the fans chose. Only 6 of those people off the RHAP cast actually made it to the Survivor 50 cast. So let that sink in. Kage on as well. Tony Wu and Cass. Yeah, if you call that a final 3 for sure. Ko Wrong is pretty great. A lot of Ko Wrong enjoyers in this chat. I'm loving it. Thanks, guys. Coach literally said he's done. He's not playing again, and now this. Yeah, well, he said he had a change of heart 2 weeks ago. Jason needs to come back from Ko Wrong. Jason was a killer player. If you look at Jason from Ko Wrong, like, that guy did not fuck around. 45 is my personal favorite. A lot of people are really high in 45. If there's new era second chance, they got Caleb Boston. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would love to see a lot of 45 people come back. How does Suri do it, to be honest? I mean, I could do a whole video on how Suri could do it again. Like, how she could potentially win. I could totally go through and make a whole, like, how could she do it? In fact, I could probably simulate it. And figure it out. It's just really hard to do any sort of simulation when you have Savannah and Rizzo on the cast, because you don't really know how they're gonna do. I can tell I'd want to work with Suri. It gives you automatic street cred. Yeah, I'm just, like, looking at this cast, and you have somebody like Rizzo, and then you put them on the same cast as Suri. Like, what's going on? How did we get, like, what world is this where that's a thing? Landon, what's up? Welcome to the chat, Landon. I'm most excited for the characters this season. I think this season has the possibility to be the most entertaining. I think this is the most heroes versus villains-esque cast that we're ever gonna get. I think if you had a chance to put a label on this season, you could easily pick and choose, like, who would be a hero and a villain. I think that, like, as far as entertainment goes, I think there is not one person on this cast that is not entertaining. And you know what? I actually just found one. I think his name is Charlie. Sorry, I'm a Charlie hater. I love Charlie as a person. You're a cool guy. I'm the biggest Charlie hater. I think Charlie's boring. I think his confessionals are bland. I don't think he's entertaining. So, sue me. You know what I mean? Like, Charlie, I'm not a big fan of you, But, you know, as far as gameplay goes, not talking personally, but as far as gameplay goes, I think you're boring. Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything about Savannah and Rizzo. Didn't Colby vote Suri out in Heroes vs. Villains? I have to look back, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure that did happen. I'm pretty sure it did, because I know Colby lasted longer. I actually like this cast a lot compared to the audience initial reaction. I think so I think a lot of the audience was just upset that Amanda and some other people didn't make it on. Sorry, I'm just gonna check something real quick. You know, my boy Keith would have been on 50. Absolutely. But yeah, going back to your comment, Landon, I do think a lot of people were upset that, I think they were more upset that their favorites didn't make it on rather than like this is the cast. I think you have a lot of like Carolyn supporters still out there that are really mad, like, you know, ride or dies for Carolyn. My coffee is actually cold now. I thought you all should know that. Don't take anything Coach says seriously. Yeah, I don't, but I love the stuff he says. It's funny. Coach being on can only mean one thing: the Dragons come back to Earth. Yes, and if anybody was really tapped into the the lore and the community that was going on when like Survivor 46 was happening, post Survivor 46, when like Ben did his whole like album, Coach made an appearance on that. Thought that was really cool. I think Coach playing the trumpet. Coach played the trumpet at the at a Bills game. I think that was like 2 football seasons ago. If you any football enjoyers out there, Ozzy is not going to be entertaining. He's going to plug the OF. Yeah. I was shocked. I'm really shocked that Ozzy was allowed to be on this thing. I want D voted out. My dream. So, okay. Yeah, D has a lot of rep to hold up. A lot of people say that she is the best New Era winner. And hey, I mean that's very well could be true. As far as edit goes, I think D just played a great game. I think overall, 45 is just an overall great season. But man, if D gets voted out early, man, there it goes. Aubrey 4.0. Yeah, let's talk about that. Who in the chat really thinks that this return was needed? Who here in the chat would have rather see Jerry come back? Who here is confused that Aubrey was asked back yet again? Who here recently watched Survivor 38 and is very confused as to why Aubrey was brought back? Who here has seen all of Aubrey's seasons and is confused that she was brought back? Sorry, I'm a big Aubrey hater. I admit it. I'm a big Aubrey hater. Coach about to be targeting Aubrey. Let's fucking hope, bro. Let's hope. Oh my god. Jerry Aubrey, yes. Bro. Come on. I think, okay, yeah, I think that Savannah and Rizzo easily targeted by like everybody. Let's say the tribes are divided the way they were in like Survivor Panama, right? Where it's like the new era guys versus the old era guys. And then you have the new era women versus the old era women. I think an easy first boot on those tribes, if those tribes are a thing, are Rizzo and Savannah. I hate to say it. I just don't see them. I don't see it happening. I think they're going to be like, yeah, like, we deserve to be here. Like, we don't even know what they're capable of. And they're going to pull like, oh, well, this guy could easily be like a Malcolm. So, interesting enough, Rizzo and Savannah now join a very exclusive club along with, I think it's Russell Hantz, Malcolm. I don't think anybody else has ever done like a back-to-back. And Rupert. They join a very exclusive club. I mean, Savannah and Rizzo must have been amazing players to be called back for 50. That's all I'll say. I think Kyle's the best New Era winner. I think people would agree with you on that. Definitely the best male winner. And that's no shade to Jam Jam. I love Jam Jam. Great guy. He's a friend of mine. Love Jam Jam. And I know a lot of people are very low on Gabler. Gabler's win. I know people, because like people really like Cassidy. Which again, Cassidy not making this list is pretty criminal. I think I would have liked to have seen Cassidy over Camilla for sure. I'm sorry, I don't want to see Aubrey again. Yeah, buddy, I'm with you. In your simulation, both Colby and Ozzy targeted Suri in hers versus villains in Game Changers, and Suri betrayed Stephanie in the traitor. So Suri has the work. Yeah, Suri definitely has a lot of ground to make up for sure. She's got to hit the ground running. I hope Suri has been like getting physically ready for this too. I really hope that she did just get off Australia versus the world. So I think she's probably like physically like ready and like mentally ready too. Rizzo looks like Jersey Joe. I see it, Bethany. I totally see it. Shout out Bethany in the chat. Everyone say shout out Bethany. I believe Amanda played back to back. Yeah, Amanda did. Sorry, yeah, Amanda did. Anybody from James did too. So yeah, we're forgetting about Amanda and James from China. They went back to go play on Micronesia. So yes, forgot about them as well. Amanda and James, you forget. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, there's 50 seasons at this point to remember. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me. Don't kill me, guys. There's a lot guys. There's a lot of Survivor for this one little brain to remember. But I did remember Rupert. Come on. Marianne. What are we saying about Marianne? I'd like to see what you are talking about, Marianne. Is it 3 tries of 8? We don't know. They didn't say anything about it. I still have the CBS morning stream open. I think it's done. It looks like it's done. The Drew Barrymore show is now on. I think that I may have missed another Jeff Probst appearance. They said they were going to talk to him again, so I think unfortunately I am late to the party. Yes, Marianne would have been better. Yeah, I could see that. I think like a Marianne return over Camilla would have been great. I think like really anybody. I mean, Camilla was great. Don't get me wrong. I think her confessionals they reminded me. They were very like old school-esque confessionals for sure. I like Camilla's confessionals. Shout out Bethany. Yep. I actually would have loved to see Spencer and Loki beast mode cowboy. Yeah, I feel like I don't know how production felt about Caleb. Like I feel like had Caleb done better in Game Changers, I feel like his return shot, his chance to return would have been a lot better, I think. Shout out Bethany. Shout out Bethany. Everyone's shouting out Bethany. Let's go. Amanda should be on. Everyone. Oh, yeah. Everyone's with you on that one. Joe and Sharon. No. Oh, Joe and Sharon meaning back-to-back. Back-to-back. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. And Joe and Sharon. Yes, because they went from Worlds Apart to Second Chance. That's right. So, yes, I did forget about them as well. But, yeah, wow. They did do that. That's crazy. Us saying that Rizzo and Savannah have to be icons. Oh, thank you, Scotty, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Let me go back to this comment. Us saying that Rizzo and Savannah have to be icons to be brought back immediately, as if Michaela and Zeke weren't. Oh yeah, sorry, and Michaela and Zeke. I forgot about them too. They were on Millennials vs Gen X, brought back to Game Changers. So obviously they must have. I mean, but like to be honest though, Zeke and Michaela from that season, I think they were pretty good picks. I would have liked to have seen David return on Game Changers instead of Zeke. Is that controversial to say? I don't know. Marianne should be on as a winner here. Oh, that's what you're saying. I got you. Hold up. So Russell made it to finale, same as Amanda and Rupert on Heroes vs Villains, Micronesia, and All Stars. That means that I mean it's possible. See, the thing is that like everybody's games here are known. And Rizzo and Savannah, just like us, the returnees are going into this not knowing a single thing. Now, it's only, I mean, I don't know if production's going to tell them anything. I doubt it, because, like, even when they get back off the season, it's going to be unknown how well Rizzo and Savannah did, because, like, you know, like, the season's not going to be out yet when they all return from filming 50. Yeah, I think we were talking about that earlier, Scotty. I think a lot of people agree with you on that one. Caleb for a third pre-merge? Yeah, nah, I see exactly. Yeah, like, if Caleb were to come back, it wouldn't make sense. Plus, he's more of, like, more people associate him with Big Brother than Survivor. I would have liked to have actually seen Hayden come back. I mean, that may be a hot take, but like I think Hayden coming back would have been pretty cool, because Hayden made it really far in Blood vs. Water, and he also won Big Brother. And I think that would have been a really, I mean, like he's a pretty good player. I think it's well known like Hayden's a really good player. Camilla post-season interviews. She wants to play a lot more. She was not happy with the season's players, but she had to adapt. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about that. No Kagayan rep is crazy. I feel like production was really high on Kagayan, but I think like I think they just kind of want to let that season die, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, they brought back Tony. They brought back a lot of people from that season on Second Chance. And like, honestly, if you want to see how those people did, like the people that were brought back from Cagayan on Second Chance, and go watch Second Chance. Easy said than done. I don't know what I'm saying. Mike White is definitely getting fame privilege, but I'm happy about it. I mean, yeah, guys won Emmys. It's definitely gonna, like, I think and personally, guys, you have to look at it at like a very strategic. You know, if you're Survivor production, right, you have to look at it. You have to look at it from their perspective, right? If you have somebody like Mike White, an Emmy Award winning, writer, television writer, and he's on your show, like, that's going to make headlines. And Survivor wants positive headlines. They don't want negative headlines. Like, they're easily going to do that. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. All these people have played before. It's not like there's any real, like, conflict of interest. Like, they all know production. It's not like any weird conflict of interest going on there. So Mike White returning, it makes sense to me. I think, like, that doesn't shock me. I mean, it did initially, but I don't think it really shocks me anymore. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Zeke made sense, not Michaela. Yeah, I think Michaela was just like really good in confessionals. I think she made good TV. I think it made sense for them at that moment because like Millennials vs. Gen X hadn't aired yet, and I think they really assumed that Michaela would be a fan favorite, so that made sense. I don't think that's true. I feel like Amanda and James hadn't. Yeah, they weren't known yet because that season. Yeah, like their season hadn't come out yet. Because they had filmed 16 and 17 back-to-back. Sorry, 15 and 16 back-to-back. David was for sure a bigger game changer than Z. Yeah, we talked about that. Let me try to catch up with the chat. I'm a little behind. Will Rizzo and Savannah just stay in Fiji? No, so they definitely went back. They went back home. They would definitely go back home. I think they have like a 2 to 3 week in between break between filming seasons. So they definitely had to go back home. Then they're going to fly back out. Crazy, I know. I mean, it's just how it is. They're not going to stay on Fiji. It makes more sense for them to go home. Joe and Sharon got a longer break. That's right. Yeah, they did get a longer break because technically Korong was 31 and Second Chance was 32, but they don't really talk about that a lot. What's Yao Man up to? That's a great question. Maybe check the wiki, see what he's been up to. That's what I usually do. The men should have been on, or Eddie. Who's Eddie? Am I like dumb? Who the hell is Eddie? Eddie, Spencer, Earl, and Hayden. Eddie, who's Eddie? Oh, Eddie from, we're talking about Caramoan? I think Reynolds, if anybody, from Caramoan. Spencer it makes sense why Spencer wasn't brought back. Earl, I think it makes sense too. I think we were talking about this earlier. I think Earl is too old of a winner where like people wouldn't remember him. I think because like honestly for me, he's not like a winner that I think about. Like casuals just wouldn't remember him. I think that season's just so far fetched. It's just like not really a memorable season. Like not a lot of people even returned from that season. I think the only returnee from that season was Yao Man. And Fiji's just like not a season that they really talk about a lot. And I don't know why, because like I mean, well, it really was like a boring season. I don't know. Hayden would have been a great dark horse pick. I agree. I totally agree. I was expecting it. I like low key was expecting it. I wouldn't have been shocked if he had made the cast. Mike White is gonna go far. Yeah, I think a lot of people will, because he's such a celeb. I feel like people. I mean, he was. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was a pretty distinguished celebrity the first time he played as well. Like I really do believe that Mike White the first time around, I feel like that definitely got him a lot of social sway the first time he played. But even, I mean, now, I mean, like I'm assuming at least half this cast has seen The White Lotus. I mean, and so him being on this is pretty incredible. But yeah, I won't talk too much about Mike White. Yeah, everyone's talking about Mike White. Yeah, it's crazy. Agree with you on Hayden. Amanda back-to-back. Yeah, we talked about that. Can we talk about it at 24? Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit earlier. I think it's a little interesting because, like, I don't know how they're going to fit in, like, 21 eliminations in 26 days. So I think I did say a YouTube video or maybe, like, a tweet where someone was saying that a major format change is going to have to happen with this show in order for them to compensate for 21 eliminations in 26 days. So I don't know what that's gonna look like. It's gonna be very interesting though. If it's anything like Winners at War, they will go after Camilla first, like Natalie. I don't think so. I mean, like Natalie was a winner. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everyone was a winner on Winners at War. I don't really think. But if you're going off of what someone earlier mentioned like Kyle and Camilla being like the new era Jeremy and Natalie. So I mean, I guess that makes sense because like they kind of were a pretty big duo and they were from the same season. I could see that in that respect. I could totally see it. Oh yeah, and Sarah came back. We were talking about that earlier. Sarah did come back from Cagayan, and then she did win. Yeah, I think that they're just done with people coming back from Cagayan. I think that it's like it's like I think people are kind of like over it. I think it's also like kind of old of a season now. It's about like it's about a decade old. I think people are kind of like moving on from Cagayan. I think it's been over. I think it's been overused. I think is this list really? Yes, this is official now. I can't confirm the 49 people. I mean, this is what people are saying, but I mean, you could just, it's like, yeah, it's real. I'm really surprised Dom isn't on here. Okay, I'll talk about this. So I think that Dom didn't make this because of his appearance on the Challenge USA. I think that's my prediction. I think if I had to pick a reason why he wasn't on, I think it's because he was on the Challenge USA. And you could say, well, Sari was, you know, and Sari this and Stephanie was on Traders. Yeah, you can make that argument too, but those are also, I mean, like they're a little bit more iconic than Dom. Would I love to see Dom return? Yes, but we did see him on Challenge USA, and I think that maybe that kind of turned production off from Dom, if I had to guess. That's my guess. I don't know anything about that, but if I had to guess, I think that's it. Let's see. Eddie is the dog bar guy from Caramo. Yeah. Who are your favorites here? Okay, I'll be totally honest with you guys. I love all these people. I don't love all these people. I just lied. I like a lot of these people. Now, I think I have two categories: people that I'm really excited to see come back, and people that I just love in general. Right? Like people that I loved watching their first or second time playing. I'll go through the list. People that I'm really excited to see play again. That like I think it's amazing that they're on this season. We'll start with the women. I think Jenna returning is a W pick. They had to get somebody from Borneo. I really wish it was like maybe. Nah, I think Jenna was a good pick. Colleen would have been cool too, but like I think Jenna makes the most sense. So I'm really excited to see Jenna come back. I'm excited to see Chrissy come back. Now Emily, I'm really excited to see come back because I had a conversation with Emily in person, and I asked her. I was like, is there any chance that you would come back and play again? Because like a lot of people really want to see it. And this was at the 46 finale party. Me and Emily had this conversation. And Emily told me, she was like, I honestly think I got what I got. Like the experience I got from being on Survivor. I got everything I wanted out of playing Survivor. And honestly, that makes sense to me. I totally see it. Like her story was great from start to finish. Like it would have made sense had she not been on the season, in my opinion. I think that like her story made sense. But she is on this cast. I'm really excited for it. I think that the only way they got her back on here was with money. I think that is maybe what turned her on to playing again, because she was really dead set last year. Like this time last year, her mind was made up that she was not coming back. And so out of the women, those are the ones I'm really excited to see come back. I'm excited to see Colby come back. I'm excited to see Coach. I think Coach is probably like my number one, like really excited to see come back, if I'm going to be honest. Because I want to see him redeem himself from South Pacific. Be totally honest. Mike and Christian, I'm like pretty excited to see come back. And I think that's really it with the guys. Like I could have gone without a Jonathan return, although like Jonathan is really cool. Like I'm excited to see him come back. I have to go back and rewatch 42 now, because that's one season that really wasn't like too high on in the beginning. So I'll have to rewatch his game to see like really where I'm at on him. But yeah, as far as favorites go, I think for the guys, I think if I had to pick one guy as like my favorite guy that's returning, it would have to be Coach. And then for the women, I think, honestly, it'd have to be, I think Chrissy. I think Chrissy was the best female pick of this list. Tiff is the biggest sneak here. I agree. All right, I got a lot of chat to catch up. Yeah, again, yeah, if you guys are here, haven't subscribed, it would really, dude, I'm so close to hitting 10,000 subscribers. Like it's a milestone I've been waiting to hit since I was very little. So if you can please hit that subscribe button, it would really help out. I'd love to do more of these streams and interact with you guys. So that'd be really great. 49 is pretty spoiled now, to be honest. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll have to see. And it means nothing. It really means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, they're bringing back Kyle. He won. They're bringing back a lot of people that didn't win. So I don't know if that means anything with 49. It doesn't mean if they won or lost. For me, it's not spoiled, but it makes me have some. It gives me something to look forward to as far as, like people to look out for on 49. I'm assuming those two people are gonna have really big edits in 49. If I had to guess. No returnees from seasons 13 to 32. No, well, Aussies from 13. Well, if you're talking about 14 through 32, then I mean, Coach technically played in 23, and then you have Suri played in Heroes vs. Yeah, a lot of these people played in Heroes vs. Films. Yeah, like initial. Yeah, it's pretty sad. I think that's like a really weird era for Survivor. I feel like the 20s were a little bit of experimental. They call it the dark ages of Survivor. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Could you mention Wendell on this season? Yeah, I love Wendell. I think that he like his story arc is pretty much done. I feel like he doesn't really have anything else to prove. No disrespect to the new era, but we just saw them, especially in 48. Way too many new era players. So new era players are balanced out with old pre-new era. It's 12 versus 12. So it is balanced, but I can see what you're saying. It definitely feels a little unbalanced, but it is balanced. It is definitely balanced. She got everything from her season except the win. I don't know who you're referring to. Let me see. Let me scroll up a little bit. I don't know who you're talking about. Rizzo is a sneak. Yeah, we'll see. Thoughts on Ozzy's chances? Okay. Physically, Ozzy's got it. Ozzy could comp out. I feel like as far as the men, he's going up against Joe, Jonathan, and Q. Like, I feel like I don't know how fit Colby is. He's probably like Superman in a fat suit. So like I don't know how Colby is gonna be physically, but I think like Ozzy's not, like, for once in a season, Ozzy's not the most physically fit on his cast. Like, I think Jonathan is the most physically fit guy. Like, Jonathan and Joe maybe go toe to toe at that. So we'll see. I don't know how comp heavy this season's going to be. Like, I don't know how like equitable the comps are going to be. I mean, we don't really see too many. Like, I don't know. Well, I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of like repeat comps again. That's what I think. I like the new era returnees besides Joe. I'm a little upset Charlie's there, but I can see why. Because like they were really high on Charlie. Like, I feel like they really wanted to see Charlie come back after. I mean, I feel like they really. I feel like production was like, yeah, Charlie should have won that season. I don't know. I don't know about Kenzie. Like, I feel like Kenzie's never gonna get brought up ever again. Like production really wanted Charlie to win that season, and it was so funny. They made him really seem like a fallen angel. Looking out for Rizzo on Survivor 50 because he has no clue how his OG season will be perceived. Yeah, like he's definitely. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how much. I don't even know what to say about Rizzo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to really perceive him. Jonathan has no physical competition whatsoever. I agree. Maybe Joe, but even so, I think Jonathan's got it. They're using Charlie to add Taylor Swift promo for sure. The new era men are by far the worst part of this list. Yeah, they could have had better people. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, Bayback, what's good, man? Definitely not necessarily a 49 winner. The Game Changers cast hadn't seen Millennials vs. Gen X, and those reps were Michaela and Zeke. Yeah, so if anything, I think Rizzo and Savannah probably just had like really good confessionals, really good TV moments. Besides that, yeah, because like I mean, if you looked at the rumored cast for 49, it doesn't seem like Rizzo's got it. Or, I mean, I don't know anything about Savannah, but it just doesn't seem like Rizzo's got it. So sorry, Rizzo. Let's see. Wanted Jake. Yeah, I wanted Jake too, man. Jake's really dope. Jake coming back would have been a really good one. Yeah, overall, man, this is going to be an interesting cast. I mean, but the way you look at it, the way it's split up, it looks like they did do 12 new era versus 12 old, like, or 12 pre-new era. And if that's the division, then I think that we can pretty much already guess how the tribe divisions are going to be, and I'm excited for it. What happened with Jesse? Would have loved to see him play. I don't know what happened to Jesse. It's interesting. I think they cut Jesse for Joe. I think now if you and this makes so much sense to me when you think about it. I think that they have like the same story, right? Like they're both dads. They both are doing it for their kids. They're just too similar. They're too similar. And you could say the same thing about Q. Like, oh well, Q's a dad. He's a new dad. But I think Joe and Jesse have like, I feel like very two similar stories. If that makes sense. And for some reason they're really high on Joe. And I think production maybe thinks that Joe is just better because he's more recent. I think recency bias really killed 50 for new era picks. Okay, let's check it out. I'm curious on your thoughts on this. I don't know the name, but a tribe of people who the edit made it seem they should have won their season. Suri, Aubrey, Chrissy, Camilla, Genevieve, Mike, Rick, Charlie, Joe. But a tribe of, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Like just a tribe full of people that production thinks should have won the game. Yeah, so you're throwing all those people on one tribe. I could see it. But then if they lose a challenge, then one of them's going, and that's just really unfortunate. In my opinion, I don't think the tribes are going to be split up randomly. Like how they were in Winners at War. I think they're going to be divided based on eras. No pun intended, Taylor Swift. That was not a Taylor Swift reference. I think they're going to be split up. Yeah, I think they're going to be split up in eras. I think that makes sense. I think that makes the most sense because look at it. You got it's perfectly divided. It's 12 pre, 12 post. And I think that makes the most sense. If they go the Survivor Panama route, you'll have 4 tribes of 6. And if you go old school route or whatever, 2 tribe, if you go the 2 tribe route, then it's going to be 12. It's going to be 12 people in a tribe. And it's going to be 12. Yeah, 12 people on one tribe. That'll be crazy. Which I don't know how that would work. I don't know. We got a lot of time to figure this out. Jesse is much better than Joe. I totally agree. I mean, we've seen so much. Joe didn't do anything. Can we be so honest? Can we be honest, guys? What the fuck did Joe do? What the fuck did he do? He's not as strategic as Jesse. Jesse was so much better. Like, I'm so sorry. Nothing personal. Nothing I say here is personal. I'm talking strictly game. What the fuck did Joe do? My God, I really hope it's a theme of some kind of tribes. Just inject. Yeah. I don't think they're doing anything with themes. I think with the success of the Challenge 40, with doing like Battle of the Eras, I think that Survivor may follow suit. I think that they definitely are looking at the other shows doing better than them right now, like Traders and stuff like that. And I think that they probably are going to look at the Challenge for some inspiration. But like, I think that they should look at the Challenge and see how they did it, because I think that like splitting it up by era would be really, really good. Joe protected Eva till final 3. Exactly. Is that fun to watch somebody just carry somebody else throughout the game? No. Like Jesse, I'm sorry guys. Like I'm never gonna drop this opinion, guys. But Jesse made one of the best moves in the new era when he blindsided Cody. We have never seen anyone be that cutthroat in the game of Survivor recently. That episode is ingrained in my head as one of the best Survivor episodes of all time when Jesse did that to Cody. Like, are we fucking, like, what are we doing? Are we serious right now? What the fuck are we doing? Joe played the friendship game with Eva and used intimidation, but that's pretty much it. He didn't. And literally when it was a possibility, even just a possibility of him going home, like, he had no agency in the game. He just cried and bitched about trying to go home. I'm sorry, I'm getting so angry about this because Joe, like, the more I think about it, like, Joe does not deserve to be here, and like, I'm just gonna sit here and just get mad about it. Like, Joe, you should not be on this cast. Jesse, like, dude, you should have been on this thing, and like, I hope you never let that go, and I hope Survivor. I mean, you know what? Let's give Joe the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll play differently now that Eva's not there, and you know what? I really hope we see it. And I'm not gonna get too mad. I'll control myself. But I think that Cedric did more than Joe is crazy. That's because I think you're right. I think Cedric had more control over the game than Joe did. That's crazy, bro. Joe is just Jeff's favorite. Yeah, I see. Joe got tricked twice and got put on 50. That's crazy, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, I think yeah, well, I think if anything we're definitely getting some themes here. We're definitely getting a theme here. The theme is it's in the hands of the fans, which is not really in the hands of the fans because the real fans would have never put Joe on this season. Yeah, I think it's old versus new era. I agree. I think that's what we're getting. That's what we're getting. It's new. It's just new era versus old era or old school. I don't know what they're gonna call it. I have no idea what they're gonna call it. It's not gonna be schoolyard pick. It will not be schoolyard pick. There's no chance it is. If it is, I mean, like, what would they be thinking if it's schoolyard pick? I mean, like, you look at what anybody, someone in the chat right now, like, tell me seasons that were all schoolyard picks, and I bet you they're not good seasons. Like, the first one that comes to mind is Thailand. So tell me seasons that were schoolyard picks, and maybe if it, I don't know. Well, I mean, Kageyan was not schoolyard pick. What am I saying? What were schoolyard pick seasons? Somebody look it up. Let me know. This is crazy. Jolinski deserved it more than Joe for real. I think Jolinski did more. That's crazy. Gabon. Okay, Palau. Yeah. Okay, Gabon is a masterpiece, guys. Yeah, so I know it's Thailand, Gabon, Palau, but like, okay, Palau is so different because Palau, the schoolyard pick was different because the last two, like the last picks were just off the season, right? They were just gone, right? So those people, like, that was a different schoolyard pick because there was higher stakes. But Gabon and Thailand, like, if they do 50 as a schoolyard pick, there's something so incredibly wrong with production. Because, like, name me like a Gabon, okay, but like, Gabon is a good season, but like, Plow was epic. The schoolyard pick made this. Yeah, no. I agree. Scotty, I'm with you. I'm so with you on this one. Your comment, I can't highlight it yet. I can see it, though. I can see your comment came up. Yeah, Gabon is a good season. Gabon is a great season. I am not hating Gabon. I love Gabon. Why are my chats not catching up? I think so many people. Okay, Plow was epic schoolyard pick made the season. Yes, I think they stopped after the chaos that is Gabon. Now, yeah, like, I don't know, Gabon. It's funny because, like, you think of it, Gabon and Thailand, right? Similar stakes, like, they're the same stakes, right? No one was getting eliminated. The reason why I'm not throwing in Palau into the mix is because there's a little bit of strategy with the schoolyard pick because I think it was Jonathan and Wanda, right? Because, like, Jonathan could have been, like, an incredible player, right? Like, he was a fit person, but I think that there was a little bit of gaming that went into, and correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you had an opportunity to just knock out a physical threat with the schoolyard pick for Palau, and so that's why I'm not, like, including that in there. But yeah, Gabon, totally, like, definitely, Gabon and Thailand are two seasons that definitely had incredible schoolyard picks. Q picking tribes would be absolute chaos. Yeah, I would love to see it. But, like, how would that even go, right? Like, let's say, I mean, we can't even run through scenarios because we don't even know, like, what, like, how many tribes there would be. I would be upset. I personally would be upset if production picks the tribes like how they did in 40. I think that the way that worked, it was automatically set up for old school to be knocked off. And I think if they just split it up by era, then there should be no complaints. There should be no complaints at all. I think that what they should have done was do a vote as to how the tribe should be divided. I think that would have been a cool thing to vote on. Charlie doing the schoolyard pick. I guess we're playing stupid Survivor. Did they not confirm 3 tribes with one of the votes? They did not. As far as I remember, I don't remember them ever doing I don't remember them ever doing yeah, I don't remember them ever doing something with like a tribe voting thing. Do we think this is a winners at war situation where they made it look like the men versus women, but it wasn't? I love it, new versus old school, but I think the producers love the small tribes too much to do tribes of 12. Yeah, so what I think it's going to be is, and you're hearing it here first. I think it's going to be, I think they're going to go Panama. I think they're going to take a page out of Panama's book, and they're going to do 4 tribes of 6. That makes the most sense. Because remember, Survivor doesn't like to do things out of their element, and I think that they have, like, production has it down to a science as far as the 6-member tribe format goes. Like, I feel like they really have that down to a science, and I feel like they just, like, they're used to doing tribes of 6, so that wouldn't surprise me if they did it by gender as well. Like, they do, like, just like each row, like, so you have one tribe here, one tribe here, one tribe here, and one tribe here. I think that could potentially be the tribe divisions. And if we look at that, like, if we were to quickly look at who, like, these tribes here, I think if these people lose immunity first, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think, well, actually, I was gonna say Jenna would probably be out first, but I could see them just voting out Aubrey, and I think that'd be so funny. I feel like Aubrey's the least deserving out of all those people there to be. Yeah, I think that would be really funny. And if they were, like, they can't vote Suri out first, right? Like, they couldn't do that. As far as the second row here, Savannah would be the first to go, in my opinion, because she's the newest. And I feel like it's just easy. It just gives them a reason to vote her out. As far as the third row here, if they lose, I think Mike doesn't go. Like, I think maybe, like, Rick goes, or maybe, like, Ozzy. Like, I'm looking at this cast. I feel like Coach is just such a big, like, a good goat to bring to the end. Like, I feel like they may try to goat Coach to the end. Like, I'm trying to look at this cast and try to figure out, like, who are the goats that people are gonna try to bring to the end and win against, right? And I feel like Coach kind of fills that role. And as far as this fourth row, I think Rizzo is probably like the first boot if that was a tribe. I think easily. Like, right? I mean, unless they try to go for, like, Cube, I really doubt it. All right, let's check out. Let's keep up with chat. Evo and Joe saying that they were the best duo when Camilla and Kyle's way better. Well, yeah. Well, Evo and Joe they were definitely. I don't know if they're saying that postseason. They shouldn't be saying that postseason because they did nothing. Like, they absolutely had no agency during the season. They did nothing. Camilla and Kyle, from what the edit is showing us, it looked like they ran the season. But people are saying that Survivor 48 was a manufactured season, and the reason why the edit was so weird was because of 50 was in mind, and I think that they, like, knew who they were bringing back, I think, and so they kind of created a season that wasn't really there, or, like, wasn't really, you know. I think Shaheen was really a big proponent, like, someone that really brought that to light was that Survivor 48, the way that it was edited, was not really what happened. Okay, we got a lot more comments coming in that just refreshed my feed. The third tribe color on the vote could be merge. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Eva must be pissing being the only one from Final Four not to make it. She should be aware the why she wasn't chosen. I don't think a lot of people. I think she probably knows a lot of people weren't really high on her. What did you guys get to vote on? I still have no idea. We got to vote on a pretty few things. I think some people in chat can probably fill you in. My coffee's ice cold. Yeah, people are letting you know in chat right now. I want an old school winner for 50. I agree. I think it's well deserved. I think a Colby win would be so funny. I think a Colby win, it would make so much sense because, like, I feel like when Colby didn't win Australian Outback, I think we just, like, got on this weird tangent of a timeline. Because, like, I feel like the edit, in my opinion, it was looking like it was gonna be a Colby win, and then he just, like, totally just fails final tribal. I don't know. I feel like Colby needs some redemption. We'll see. I don't know. There's just so many things that could happen. Imagine we get a double win with D or Kyle. Yeah, someone was talking about that earlier. That'd be crazy. Okay, Cashew. I'll tell you why I don't want 2 tribes back. I don't want 2 tribes because, well, actually, it doesn't for this season. It doesn't matter because automatically it's already going to be like the lines are already divided for old versus new school, right? So the lines are already there. It's already like an unspoken line that it's old versus new school, right? Like, you don't even need to put them in tribes to know that that's the division of this cast, right? It is old versus new. So not putting them in tribes would be interesting. Like not putting them in the tribes automatically would be pretty interesting. But I think that that's probably, I don't know. It's just like the 2-tribe format is just it's overdone. Like we haven't seen a 4-tribe. We haven't seen 4 tribes been done on US since for a while. I think Panama was probably the last time we saw that. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe, yeah, I think Panama was the last time. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I feel like such a fake fan not knowing that answer. But yeah, I feel like it would just be pretty predictable if it was 2 tribes. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with 4 it just adds a lot of uncertainty. Like what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like they have a lot more like creative room if they don't go with 2 tribes to start out with. I think if they start with 4, it'd be pretty interesting. Jeff called Aubrey master strategist. Yeah, well, we were here. I let out a big laugh when he said that. I don't know if you were here for that. That was a take. That was a take. I don't know if Jeff's watching the same show we are, and I don't know if maybe the edit is not showing like who Aubrey really is. But like what the fuck was that take? Jonathan rejected the challenge and CBS rewarded him with a spot on Survivor 50. I can definitely attest to that, and I'll tell you that Joseph Abden rejected the challenge and CBS rewarded him with Amazing Race. Which, if you didn't know about that one, there you go. There's no way anyone would let Kyle Camilla go far. Yeah, we talked about that. You can see all the votes on the wiki page. Cashew, that's how it, yep. Yeah, if you go on the Survivor 50 wiki page, I'm sure it's all there. Oh god, chat just exploded on my screen. I gotta check it out. I hope we get a montage of all the old school players complaining about all the new twists and trinkets. I'm sure that's gonna happen. I'm sure we had a similar. There was a similar moment in Winners at War, right? Like I'm pretty sure that they had a similar moment in Winners at War, where like I think it was like Ethan Zahn was like talking about like adapting to like the speed and the pace of it. People were that did happen. I don't want to see the eras be separated. Well, Goo, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, because personally for me, I feel like it doesn't matter if the eras are separated, because I feel like that's just the way people are going to vote regardless. And if you separate them and put them on tribes, I feel like okay, if it's 4 tribes, and if it's what I said earlier with like each 4 of these, like these are the tribes here, I feel like it forces the tribes relying on tribe strength, which means that the new era guys probably won't lose a challenge. Whereas the old era guys, where like there's no strength there. I mean, like Rick is good at challenges. Rick's good. And like Ozzy's good, but like you have Mike and Christian. I mean, Mike was on. I mean, look at David versus Goliath. Mike never like really wanted. I mean, his challenge. I mean, besides individual wins, I'm sure like Mike maybe won a few, but early game David versus Goliath, Mike was terrible at challenges. Need I remind you? And I don't remember how good Christian was, but this is almost a decade later we're talking about, and Christian is a lot older. I mean, look at him. It looks like someone said it looks like Doc Brown. One World. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Where is it? So I saw someone say something about One World. One World Twist would be fun. Where is it? One World Twist would be fun. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do that. There's so many people. And as someone that's been to Fiji and someone that's actually been to the campsites, they're pretty small. I don't see them doing One World, especially in Fiji. I think One World is an outdated concept. They're probably not going to do that. I would be shocked if they did that. I wouldn't say 2 is overdone, to be honest. Well, it felt redundant. Like if you go back and you rewatch the old seasons like in a row, like I felt like the run from, I want to say, Samoa to South Pacific, it felt like all those seasons had like the same fate, right? Where it was like tribal lines were never dissolved, right? Like it was like, yeah, we're gonna fuck each other up, and like we're going after each other, like at merge, like we're never gonna betray. And like I think John Cochran Cochran is, I mean, and you look at Sheehan, like Sheehan did the same thing or like tried to do the same thing, but Cochran like really did it. Like he really was able to execute it. But I think Cochran was like the first person to really do it and betray his OG tribe. And I think after that, they kind of didn't do that anymore. Like two tribes, like they didn't do two tribes. I mean, Karamo when they did it two tribes again, but they kind of stopped doing the two tribe thing. And I think One World was different because like it was based on gender, and then it was different. It was just different. One World. Cook Islands was the last time they did 4. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Cook Islands was after Panama. I always forget that. I always think Panama was after for some reason. Let's see. I genuinely forgot Aubrey was in Game Changers. Yeah, dude. Same thing with like Troyzan. Troyzan was in Game Changers too, and everyone forgot about him. Why wasn't Rob Cesternino brought back? I don't know, but I don't think this cast needed him. I think the old school guys. I think those are great picks. If I had to guess, I feel like had Mike White not been on, I think Rob C probably makes it on, right? Because like who else would they have brought back? Like Malcolm. Like honestly, I'd rather see Mike on, because think of it this way, like you guys want people like Malcolm on, and people like Rob C. Like I get the Rob C thing because he's only played twice, and the last time he played was in All Stars. Like I totally get the Rob C want. Malcolm was brought back 3 times, and he was brought back a lot. Like he was brought back from 25 to 34. He played 3 times in 9 seasons. Like he played a lot. Anyone getting a weird feeling Christian can win? Physically, I don't see a Christian win based on his ability to win challenges. He has to have a killer social game in order to win. That's all I'll say. How many times do you think Q was going to quit? I don't think he's going to do that. I think that was his strategy the first time. I think he's going in and he's gonna be so killer. Like you guys are not even gonna be able to recognize Q. Like I think that a lot of these people are realizing like, hey, this is probably my last time that I'm ever gonna be able to play Survivor, and they're gonna go in. I mean, like, when's the last time? When's the next time we're ever gonna see Colby play? This is the last time for so many of these people that are, with the exception of maybe some new era people. I'm sure somebody like some of the new era people I could see totally coming back in the future for sure. But a lot of these old school people, like this is definitely 1000% their last times ever coming back, for sure. If they're a repeat person, like let's talk about Suri. Like this is Suri's last time. You kidding me? How are they gonna bring Suri back? Poor Davey was an alternate. Yeah, poor Davey. I would have loved to have seen Davey. I'm unsure. Maybe I don't know why he was cut. I don't know. I can't even tell you. This season I'll have a lot of double vote offs. I fear. I agree. I think that's what's gonna happen. Keep Christian for a slide puzzle. Yep. I disagree. I'm looking at this through lens of fun. These players aren't looking at new versus old. A lot of these players want to have fun. Camilla, Suri. Okay, Camilla, Suri, Emily, Q, Mike White, Angelina. Let them. What was yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I'm sure they all want to have fun, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is like, I'm sure the prize is not going to be $1 million. I think they're going to do 2 for sure. But you know what? CBS is a little, well, maybe they won't do 2. You know why? Because it's not all winners. I feel like for an all winner season, I think, yeah, they're not gonna do 2. And CBS is cheap. They'll find any reason not to do that. Do you think Edge of Extinction Twist will be brought back? I don't think Edge will be brought back. If there, no, you know what? I don't think any returnee Twist is coming back because there's too many people. I think there was a decision made. I think it was either let's do a season where we bring people back, like there's a battle back twist, right? Where like redemption, it was either we get a redemption twist or we get a bigger cast, and I think the bigger cast was definitely the better way to go. If we got based on Panama, I'm saying Aubrey goes, then Tiffany off of that. I don't know so much about Tiffany. I don't think Tiffany's that big of a threat. Maybe. Yeah, I could see that. I just think Savannah goes. I don't know. It's just such an unknown. And that's just where my mind goes, right? Because like, as you know, since we don't know where Tiffany's head's at, I could totally see them thinking the same thing. Because again, they're like all those people are going into the game thinking the same thing we feel about the 49 people. And because they're so unknown and their games are like there's a saying, it's like you'd rather be friends with the enemy you know versus the enemy you don't know or something like that. Or like I don't know. There's a saying. I don't know what the exact saying is, but I feel like that's the way they're going to feel about the 49 people. And I don't see Rizzo or Savannah having the same charisma as like a Russell Hantz. So I don't see how that could be possible. Christian winning would be a wet dream. I'm probably going to root for it, but I think he goes pre-merge, unfortunately. Yeah, like let's say they are split up like Panama Tribes. Like it's a possibility that he is kind of cut because of challenge performance, right? Because if they like the way that Survivor always goes, and this is just like how Survivor, like the dynamics of the game usually goes, is they always try to stay as strong as possible, especially in the early game. Now, if the format is different, then all this goes out the window. But if the Survivor format stays the same as it normally is, right, where it's like the pre-merge portion of the game is that people just want to stay like tribe strong as possible, and they just want to get the weak people out early so that they can keep winning challenges, then I could see a scenario where either a Christian or a Colby is eliminated, or maybe even Coach, because who knows how physically fit Coach is. I know he's a lot older, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. And that's obviously assuming that the tribes are split up in that way, but I could totally see production not doing that because of that fact. Q's going to be fun for TV. Totally agree. Chrissy's going to make Rizzo her new Ryan. Yeah, I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say that, but I mean, I could totally see that. I feel like Chrissy definitely could do that. But personally, I would like to see Chrissy play a different game because, I mean, for example, like we saw Chaos Cass play a very like villainous game in Cagayan, and she comes into Second Chance and she plays a much different game and a much like different demeanor. And I'd like to see Chrissy come in with that same attitude. I feel like Chrissy came in very like with a very domineering game, and I'd like to see her take a more backseat, a more backseat and strategic approach. That's how I feel. In my eyes, Chrissy and Angelina are very similar, like very similar attitude towards the game. So I think Chrissy and Angelina would totally work together. And that's my like dream alliance right there. Is like Chrissy and Angelina being like working together. I'd love to see it. There's just so much going on here, right? Like there's just so much happening here. So yeah, a second 2 million, I don't see it probably. Now that I just thought of it on stream, I don't think it's gonna happen. They might do several million. No, I don't think so. Do you think everyone will be on the jury? That's interesting. I don't think so. I feel like some of these people, especially with like how Second Chance work with like Vetus leaving, because I think that no, am I thinking of the right season? What season did Vetus leave like early? Wasn't it? Yeah, that was Second Chance, right? I don't know how that worked. I don't know. Something happened with Vetus where he left early and production was bad. I feel like because of that, they wouldn't want to keep everyone here for the whole time, unless they obviously chose to, like Edge of Extinction. But I don't think they'd bring Edge back. It makes no sense for them to do it. I feel like in my opinion, Edge of Extinction was a great, like I'm very high on Edge of Extinction. I think it was a great twist. I actually really liked the talks that they did at the very end of 38 and season 40, when like after the comeback challenge and they talked to everybody. I actually really enjoyed the conversation that they all, like when Jeff went to everybody and was like, what did this experience mean for you? I was really high on that, on those conversations. I really like to be able to see certain stories come to an end. And that's why I feel like, especially with like Aubrey on 38, like that was perfect for her story to end. She did not need to come back again. So really shocked that she's getting brought back. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. That's what I was talking about earlier. I feel like that concept is the reason why they're gonna vote like gun for Rizzo and Savannah early. Thank you guys for so you guys are really smart. I love you guys. You guys are like really like tapped in. You guys understand like what I'm thinking, and you guys put it in the chat. Guys, perfect. You guys are awesome. What do you mean Rizzo doesn't have charisma? He's the Riz God. Oh, that makes sense. He's the Riz God. Maybe he really is. Maybe that nickname, because as you guys know, if you guys don't know, like Riz is short for charisma. So maybe Rizzo, maybe you guys just proved me wrong. Maybe that's the reason why he's gonna, maybe he's gonna Riz them up. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I can definitely see this being 4 tribes of 6, 2 win immunity, 2 go to tribal. That, wow. I wish I could pin that comment like on the entire stream. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. Chat, remember that comment. Remember that comment, because in my eyes, there's no way that they don't eliminate. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that they don't go through 24 people in 26 days without them doing that, right? Like, after this stream, I'll go through and see how that would work. But I think once they hit merge, I think it's gonna be normal. I think there's just going to be a lot of. I think the first half of the game, like before they hit merge, I think it's gonna be like they hit the ground running. I think Jeff's gonna be like, "This is the most fast-paced game of Survivor that's ever been seen." I think like you'll probably see 2 people eliminated per episode until they get to merge. And I think they have probably a later merge than they do for like New Era. I feel like has had the merges pretty early. I feel like they probably merged like probably midway through the season instead of like in the second. Like I feel like the second, third, or the whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. I feel like they probably merge a little later. It's not a winner, so there's definitely no obligation to incentivize player to come back with edge. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's run through these comments. There's a high chance of either Savannah or Rizzo is the winner of 49. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They don't usually focus on Tribe Strong for returning seasons. It's 90% gameplay. Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. You know, great point. That's a great point. Tribe Strength. I agree. Happy Chrissy's back. Yep. What format changes do you think are possible? Maybe like double eliminations. Yeah, I mean, whatever Fook said earlier is the format that I'm most likely leaning towards. I think that it makes the most sense. Camille and Kyle working together with Sari. I think if it's not New Era against Old Era. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. That was let's see, I guess 8 pre-jurors, 13 jurors, and a final 3. Yeah, they probably do a final 3. I don't think they're ever gonna do a final, especially with this size of a cast. Final 2 is out the window. I don't think they're doing a final 2. How do we feel about D? I think Kyle and D have a really big uphill battle. I think that because they're winners, their chances are very low. And if Savannah and Rizzo, if one of them are a winner, I think it's so unfair for D and Kyle, because like no one would know if Rizzo and Savannah won, right? And you know, I think it's possible that Savannah and Rizzo, like let's say that that's the final 2 of 49, right? Let's say that like they're in the final 3 and one of them wins. I think that Survivor probably is going to do a live reunion for 49. I don't think they're going to reveal the winner in Fiji, because I think they're going to do that for 50. And because 49 people are coming to 50, I think that they don't want to, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe the winner is still kind of like a mystery, because why would they want 50 people, the people on 50, to know anything about 49, especially the winner? So confirmed that's only 26 days. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they confirmed it on the Instagram. Yeah, we were talking about that. I hope they bring back 39 days. They're not going to. Is the game confirmed to be 26 days? Yeah. So again, I think they confirmed it on the Instagram page. It's 26 days. There was a promo they had for the season. They definitely did say 26 days, which I'm not happy about that. But that's for another video. I really like the season of Edge of Extinction, but I think the twist letting all the pre-mergers also be on the jury made it pretty BS for the season who came back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel. I mean, Edge of Extinction was interesting. I think they were in their experimental era. Half the jury doesn't even know the finalists. Yeah, that's fair. I see what you're saying. Kyle's almost guaranteed to go out early. He's a winner. Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, but they're winners. You know what I mean? Like they're winners. Like they won for a reason. Like they've got the charisma, and they've got, like, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't count them out. I would not count them out. I could totally see them doing it. All right, guys. So I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. I think I'm gonna end it here. I think it's been great. I mean, we've talked about like so much Survivor here. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. I am so close to hitting 10,000 subscribers. We are right there on the edge of extinction. No, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I am so excited for Survivor 50. I'm going to try to be covering Survivor 39 when Survivor 39 drops. I'll, hopefully we'll be doing some lives on here on YouTube. That'll be pretty sick. Maybe doing some pre-show analysis. I think that'd be pretty fun, right? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? I think we should try it. We should try it out. For everybody that's been leaving comments for the stream, thank you so much. The conversation's been really fun. You guys have been putting some really insightful knowledge in the chat, making me rethink my own opinions and making me really excited for the season. To wrap it all up, I really believe, in my opinion, how this is going to work for season 50. This is a very, very bold prediction, and you can clip this, and maybe we can watch this back when season 50 comes out. But early prediction, May 28th, 2025, I believe that the season will be 4 tribes of 6. And like Fook said earlier in the chat, I believe that there will be 2 eliminations per episode before the jury phase starts, and meaning that 2 tribes will be safe, 2 tribes going to tribal council. I believe that's how they're going to do it. That's a prediction. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. It's been real fun. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.